Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss about the sequential circuits. Okay, mainly the logic circuits are designed in two forms. First one is the combinational circuit design, and second one is the sequential circuit design. Okay, combinational circuit design, all those topics that we have learned: encoders, decoders, multiplexers, demultiplexers, basic adders, subtractors, all comes under that particular category of combinational circuit. Okay, the next topic we are going to discuss will be sequential circuits. Okay, about the design phase, it will be clear when we go for the design part of different circuits, but initially we need to understand what are the basic differences between combinational circuit and sequential circuit. Okay, combinational circuit, as we have learned in all those cases, if we give an input to a particular system or circuit, for example, if we give data to an adder, we get the result, right? Also, we need to understand that if you consider, for example, if we have a parity bit generator, okay, when we give a set of inputs and a parity bit, when we give a set of inputs, we have a parity bit. Okay, similarly, based on some other examples are, for example, when we consider the magnitude comparator, when we give a set of values into it, we get whether that particular data is less than, equal to, or greater than. Okay, that is, when we give input, we have a set of outputs. See, n input variables, there will be a set of n input variables, it will be given to the combinational logic circuit, and we will get m output variables. Clear? This was the main main idea behind combinational circuit. But whereas sequential circuits are concerned, let's just brush up all those things that we have already learned. Combinational circuits are those whose output levels at any instant of time are dependent only on the levels present at the inputs at that time. That is, we give an input, we receive the output. Okay, just that. Any prior input level conditions will have no effect on the present outputs, because combinational logic circuits have no memory. Here we do not come across the concept of memory, isn't it? That is, we give a data or we give input, we receive the corresponding output. Okay, there is no concept of memory in it. Okay, and this is the basic block diagram, and all those concepts we have learned: parallel adders, subtractors, encoders, decoders, code converters, parity bit generators, etc. are all examples of combinational circuits. I repeat: parallel adders, subtractors, encoders, decoders, code converters, parity bit generators, etc. are all examples of combinational circuits. Okay, and I will also give you the notes of sequential circuits. First thing we need to understand is the basic difference between combinational circuit and sequential circuit is that sequential circuits have the concept of memory. That is, when we receive an output, it not only depends on the present input variables, but also it depends upon the history. When such words are told, don't get confused. It will be clear when we go for the design. Okay, for the time we just learn what is the concept behind it. In the case of sequential circuit, in order to receive the m output variables, it depends not only on the n input variables, but also we will add an extra block called memory, which means that sequential circuits output depends not only on the inputs present, but also on the past history of the particular circuit. Okay, it can be a bit confusing, but when the design is taken into consideration, it will be clear. Okay, so understand that when sequential circuits are taken into consideration, there will be an additional memory unit. That is the main difference between combination circuit and sequential circuits. Okay. Next is sequential circuits. As I told, combinational circuits along with the memory unit can be called as sequential circuits. Okay, so Sequential circuits are those whose output levels at any instant of time are dependent not only on the levels present at the inputs but also on the history. Okay, actually in some cases we need to for example in sequential circuits, when we come across some examples in real life. For example, what we call the illumination bulbs that we use during festivals. Okay, first if we have, for example, if we have 15 bulbs, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Okay, 15 bulb. Okay, sequential circuits means what we this kind of illumination, first time this 5 bulbs will glow and rest will be inactive. After that the rest will be active, this will be inactive, and third case, after a particular period of time, this will be active and these cases will be inactive. Okay, that is, after getting this particular case active, what we do is we go to the previous case, right? Thus it forms a sequence. A sequence of events is followed there. Okay, so I will give the examples in detail later, but what we need to understand is, when compared to the combination circuit where we give an input and we receive the output, here in the case of sequential circuits, it's based not only on the input but also on the past history. Okay, but also on the state of the circuit, that is on the prior input level condition, that is the past inputs, that is previous results also, or the memory unit also come into action. Okay, and the past history is provided by feedback from the output back to the input. It means sequential circuits have memory. Okay, there are many applications in which digital outputs are required to be generated in accordance with sequence in which the output signals are received. Input in which the input signals are received. In some cases, when we need to generate sequences, combination circuit cannot be used. Okay, some applications in switching theory, it requires the following of we need to follow a sequence. When sequence is taken into consideration, we must come to the conclusion that there will be inputs, and also the output depends not only on the input but also the previous history of the inputs. Okay, at the state of the system. Okay, so there are many applications in which the digital outputs are required to be generated in accordance with the sequence in which the input signals are received. Where combination circuits fail, sequential circuits come into action. Okay, and counters, shift registers, sequence generators, etc. are examples of sequential circuits. I repeat, counters, shift registers, sequence generators, etc. are examples. Okay, in the following sections we will learn different kinds of circuits design, the sequential circuit design. Okay. This is the block diagram of a sequential circuit. Okay, as I told before, the only difference between a sequential circuit and combination circuit is that in sequential circuit there will be a memory block. Okay, a memory element or memory unit. Okay, so we can draw the sequential diagram or the sequential circuit diagram. The block diagram of sequential circuit will be combination circuit plus memory elements. Okay, you have combination circuit and memory elements, and inputs will be there, outputs will be there, and we have a feedback. Okay, which means that we give the input and we receive the output, but the output depends not only on the inputs but also the past history or the present state of system. Present state of system means the system in which it is there right now. Okay, actually that system means present system means what we call present state of the system means the past history. What was the data that was received by the system, okay, earlier, or the we can say that, or the past history. Okay, so we should have inputs as well as this memory elements will store the past history. Okay, and combination circuit will be there, when such a circuit is called sequential circuit. Okay, the combination circuit along with memory elements forms the block diagram of sequential circuit. Okay, and these are the differences between combination circuit and sequential circuits. As I told, all these cases are very easy. Discussion is almost over related to this. Okay, combination circuits, the output variables at any instant of time are dependent only on the present input variables. Whereas in the case of sequential circuits, the output variables at any instant of time are dependent not only on the present input variables but also on the present state, that is the past history of the system. Here the memory units are not required in the case of combination circuit. In the case of sequential circuit, memory unit is required to store the past history of the input variables in sequence. Okay. And in this case, in the case of combination circuit, the combination circuits are faster because we need an input and corresponding output will be there. Okay. Faster because the delay between the input and the output is due to propagation delay in the gates only. Okay. Actually, if the system works properly, the thing is that in combination circuit we give an input and we receive the output. There is no delay in between. Okay. So actually propagation delay means, that will be explained, that can be explained as the delay between the way or the time the input is received and the input is entered and output is received. That's the time. Okay. If it's greater means the circuit has some sort of problem. So actually if it's a properly working system, it means that there will be no propagation delay. That is, we give the input and we receive the output. Okay. So actually it's faster because the delay between the input and the output is due to propagation delay in the gates only. In many cases there will not be any propagation delay. There will be some sort of delay, but most probably we will receive delay will be in the case of fractions of seconds. Okay. So when we give the input, we receive the output. So there will not be problem in the case of combination circuit. But in the case of sequential circuit, it is comparatively slower than the combination circuit because there is a memory unit. If there is the output depends not only on the input but also the memory or the past history of the system. So it is dependent on both these factors. Any problem in between can cause the system to show improper results. So it is comparatively slower also because we don't give an input and receive the output. At the same time, we give the input, we need to check whether the past history is present, and based on that we give the output. Okay. And as there is no memory unit, it is easier to design and comparatively harder to design. The sequential circuits will be comparatively harder to design. Okay, compared to combination circuits. Okay. When we speak about delays in this particular topic, don't think that it's case of hours or something. Okay. It's just fractions of seconds, milliseconds, nanoseconds. That is the range. Okay. So what we do is when we in a circuit, if we compare when we consider a circuit, when we put on the circuit, we give the result. It gives a result, right? Actually in between there is some sort of delay, but it will not be visible to the naked eyes. Actually we will get the feel that when we had the input we got the output, but there will be seconds difference between that. Okay, it can be nanoseconds, it can be milliseconds, it can be microseconds, likewise. Okay, please go through.